Hey, mahal everyone! Welcome back again to the Broadway Saiyan YouTube channel. I'm your host 40, and we're back with another video on the Alchemist code. In today's video, we are doing another character spotlight. I haven't done one of those in a while, and this time it's going to be on one of the newly released units, Suzuka. Now, before I start this video, I always want to remind you guys that I'm leaving the video link description on the video description below for my 1500 subscriber giveaway. So be sure, guys, to check that out and enter. There's only a few more days left before I announce the winner on January 1st. For those of you that don't know, I am giving away an SNES Classic console to the lucky winner of that giveaway. So guys, be sure to check that out and enter. There's also a few other useful links on the video description and the pinned comments. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to take a look at our newly released unit, the female samurai herself, Suzuka. So what is Suzuka all about? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the flavor for this character first. So Suzuka is from Watatsumi. We have all of her height, weight, birthday, and blood type details there. She is of the Moon of the Bright Night Zodiac. She likes the way of the warrior, and she has a hobby of evaluating swords. Okay, so Suzuka is the daughter of an honorable warrior lineage of Watatsumi. She's an exceptionally skilled samurai who has basically just lived her life solely focused on beating her opponents. She's known for being the only swordsman who has ever battled Zangetsu on an even footing. She believes, however, that she was disadvantaged as a woman, and she is hoping for a rematch. So, nice flavor there. Looks like she has a little bit of a rivalry with Zangetsu. And her leader ability is Light of Dawn's Worship. Raises physical attack by 50% for light units. That is amazing. So if you plan on using her for a light-based team, this is an amazing ability. Raises physical attack by 50% for all units. And then her range is from 0 to 1, so she has the standard melee range. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the classes she has available. So, if you happen to pull one copy of her, she starts off as a samurai. That is her base job. As a samurai, she gains access to Blade, Basic Blade, Tsubami Geshi, Single Blade, and Enhanced Counter. Blade will give her access to abilities such as Watching the Flow, which buffs her physical attack and crit rate. Drawing Slash, which inflicts physical damage weak, has a range of 1. It has a scope 3 lateral and a height range of 1. Steel Cutting Blade, so this is the defense ignoring physical attack that has a range of 1 and height 1. So this ability is great for farming those Apple events, or those events where you have those raddies that resist physical attacks, but this bypasses whatever defense they have and deals a massive amount of damage. And then she has Steel Cutting Flash, which inflicts physical damage strong and also ignores defense. This has a range of 3, it has a scope of 1 square line, and has a height range of 1. So pretty cool. And then she gets Basic Blade. She has Ogre Slayer, which inflicts physical damage and has a chance of lowering physical attack. Saint Slayer does the same thing, but has a chance of lowering magic attack. Armor Shredder does the same thing, but has a chance of lowering physical defense. Spell Shredder, again, lowering magic defense, dealing damage. Quaking Blade, lowering dexterity. Starfall Blade has a chance of lowering agility. Now, all of these attacks all cost 16 joules each. They all have the same range as a normal basic melee attack, but have that added effect of lowering a specific stat, or a chance to lower a specific stat. Her reactive ability is Tsubami Geshi, so she has a chance of performing physical counter when receiving damage. Same range, again, as a regular melee attack. Her passives are Single Blade, so Single Blade raises physical attack and lowers evasion and agility. So a little bit like Overdrive from a Dark Cavalier, except instead of lowering defenses, this lowers evasion and agility. So she's going to be a little slower with this, and she's going to be a little bit easier to hit, but at the cost you get to raise her physical attack. And then she has Enhanced Counter, where she gets a super buff to her physical and magic attack when performing a counter. So when she does her Tsubami Geshi, and you have this passive slapped on there, she's going to be doing more damage with that. Okay, so now on to her second and third job. So unfortunately, I did not pull enough copies to unlock her second and third job, but we know that her second job is Ninja and her third job is Dark Cavalier. So we're going to take a look at some units that I do have those classes unlocked for, so we know what abilities Suzuka gets. So we're going to go over to our girl. Where's Yomi here? There she is. All right, so Suzuka's job 2 is Ninja, okay? And as a ninja, I'm gonna take a look at her abilities here. She gets ninjutsu, which ninjutsu gives her access to utsumi, which raises her own evasion rate. Smoke bomb, which inflicts blinds on units within the area around self. There's a 3x3 square around self, and the height range is 2. Okay. She also gains access to Tranquilizing Blade, which inflicts physical damage weak and sleep. So this is not a chance, it's just inflicts sleep. So this is pretty cool. She also gets Venom Blade, which is the exact same thing, but this time it inflicts poison. She gets Viper Blade, which inflicts Paralyze, and she gets Shadow Stitch, which inflicts Bind, and she gets Golden Bind, which inflicts Stop. Okay, so she has ways, as a ninja, Suzuka has ways to inflict status ailments with those attacks, and then she also gets basic ninjutsu, which is a wonderful secondary ability set because she gains access to Shuriken, which inflicts physical damage weak and a chance of critical. So it has a chance of critting, and it has a range of 3 and a height range of 2. And then, as we all know, she has access to all of these seals, which is fire, water, wind, and thunder. All have a range of 3 and a height range of 2. What's cool about these is it gives Suzuka elemental flexibility across the board. So if you need to hit somebody that is weak to a specific element, aside from dark and light, of course, you choose that element and boom, you're dealing more damage to them because they are weak to that element. Okay, and as a ninja, the passives that she get, by far one of the best passives in the game, is Ninja Stealth, which gives her move +1 and jump +1. So she's going to be getting a little bit more mobility, which is great because she can move across the map a lot better compared to other units. And as a counter ability or reactive, she gets Poison Fog, where she has a chance of inflicting poison on an attacker when receiving damage. Range 1, height range 2. This is a decent ability. I wouldn't necessarily go for Poison Fog because it's a chance, and the dot doesn't last very long. I believe it only lasts 3 turns, so it's extremely situational. I can see this being useful, let's say, if you don't happen to have a defense ignoring ability on any of your units and you're farming, let's say, apples, and you're up against those ratties or those enemies that have high defense. This is a great ability because if you get attacked from melee range and then you inflict Poison Fog, it poisons them. So it inflicts a dot on them, which is, it's useful for that. Okay? And then Suzuka's last class is the Dark Cavalier. Now we're going to go ahead and move to our guy Balt, because Balt has access to Dark Cavalier. And we're going to take a look at what Suzuka will get from this job. So, from Dark Cavalier, she gets access to Pitch Black Blade, which gives her access to Reaper's Echo, inflicting physical damage weak on enemy, and has a chance of inflicting death sentence. Range 1 and height range 3. She gets Dark Bringer, which inflicts dark physical damage weak on units within the target area. It has a range 3. It has a 3x3 scope cross and a height range of 1. So again, if you guys are familiar with Vettel's Lightbringer, this is exactly the same thing, but it is of the dark instead of the light element. She gets Evil Slash, which consumes some of her HP and inflicts dark damage on units within target area. So this is just a scope 3x3 cross, but it has a height range of 2. She gets Soul Sacrifice, which consumes a large amount of HP, but inflicts dark physical damage on units within target area that increases according to the number of dead allies. So the more allies you have dead, the more damage this does. Probably not the greatest of abilities, because ideally you don't want your units to die, you want them to stay alive. And then her last ability is Juggernaut, where she inflicts physical damage strong, raises her own physical and magic attack, but lowers her defenses, and forces Confuse on the enemy. This is amazing, but the thing is that the range is the exact same as a regular melee attack, so just keep that in mind. And then with basic Pitch Black Blade, Suzuka will have Blood Drain, which we're all familiar with that. It's a ranged ability that allows her to steal some HP from the target. She gets Jewel Drain, which is the same thing, but drains jewels. She gets Assault, which she buffs her own physical and crit, but lowers her defense and magic defense. And then she gets Retribution Blade, which is amazing. It inflicts physical damage on units within target area that grows more powerful the lower own remaining HP is. So this is probably one of your go-to abilities. It does a lot of damage. And then she gets the passives Overdrive and HP cost -2. So we're going to look at HP cost -2. This reduces the HP cost for skills that consume HP. Overdrive, as we all know, greatly increases physical and magic attack and lowers physical defense and magic defense. And then Avenger is another reactive ability where when you receive physical damage, you have a chance of a counter and chance of forcing Confused status. So it's pretty cool. It's a little bit better than Tsubame Geshi because of that chance to inflict, or that chance of forcing Confused status on the enemy. Alright, so we're going to move right back to Suzuka, since that's who we're talking about. I just wanted to show you guys the other classes she gets access to, because I haven't unlocked them. So, overall, is Suzuka a good unit? Yes, she is an amazing unit, but if you only roll one of her, she is an okay unit. This is the reason why. Out of the box, she gets Samurai Job 1. Samurai by itself, I would say, is more suited towards PvE. It's more PvE friendly in the beginning because of the defense ignore, and it's great for farming. But as you start to progress through the game, Samurai is a little bit lacking because, for one, it's very slow, especially when you slap on single blade, which lowers your agility. So you're not going to be taking your turns as often as other units, and you're getting hit a lot. Samurai does have a fairly good defense, but having that high attack at the cost of speed, this makes her an okay unit outside of the box. When you unlock Job 2, she gets Ninja. This is where she gets a little bit better. This is where I recommend, if you unlock Job 1 and 2, I would set her as Ninja. I would give her Single Blade passive because the Ninja itself is already so fast that the agility decrease isn't really going to matter. So you're going to decrease her agility a little bit with Single Blade, but she gets more mobile with Ninja Step, and then you could give her the reactive Tsubami Geshi, so she can counter with a physical melee attack, and then you also have elemental flexibility as a ninja when you unlock Ninja Job 2. Now, where she really, really shines is when you unlock Job 3. Reason being is Overdrive. As we all know, Overdrive turns a physical, hard-hitting unit into like a super glass cannon, where they're running around dealing massive amount of damage. As long as they're surviving, because they're going to be taking a tank drop in their physical defense and magic defense, as long as they're surviving, they're going to be essentially one-shotting or two-shotting enemies. So the recommended setup that they say to run with Suzuka is to have her as a samurai. You want to give her, obviously, Blade, because that's what she's going to have. You want to give her a basic Pitch Black Blade. Then you want to give her the reactive ability of Avenger, because she has a chance to force Confuse. And then you want to give her Ninja Step and Overdrive. So she's going to be a super hard-hitting samurai that is moving, that has great mobility and pretty decent agility. Now, some people opt to give her the secondary ability of the ninja to give her elemental flexibility. You can do that as well. However, she does lose out on Retribution Blade, which is an amazing skill, and she loses out on Blood Drain, which gives her a little bit more survivability. So overall, she is an amazing unit. She has many uses. However, she is very similar to Balt in that if you really want to make use of her, you have to pull at least 7 copies. So you can limit break her all the way up to Job 3, which is her Dark Cavalier. Okay? So great unit. Mostly a whale unit, unless, of course, you want to treat her as a long-term project, meaning that you pull 1 of her or 2 of her, and then you wait later on until, you know, they release elemental shards or they release events where we can farm some of these character shards. Because in Japan, they do have that option already for these characters, and eventually in Global, we will be getting that as well. Now, the last thing I want to do is just to show Suzuka in action, so you guys kind of see how she plays. So we're gonna go into just a random story quest. Just gonna go into an easy one here. I'm gonna stick with Team 10. Let's take my Suzuka. Whoops. No, well, not that one. We're gonna go to chapter 1. I just want to show you how she plays. All right, we're gonna go to Saving the Rebels. And the mercenary we're going to take is the other Suzuka, because the mercenary Suzuka has the game's recommended set. Alright. Just want to show you a little bit of her gameplay. Okay, so this is the... that's likely the... that's my Suzuka, never mind. Gonna move Logi here. I'm gonna keep Logi in the back because I want to show off Suzuka. So let's go ahead and use Drawing Slash. Let's see if she counters. Nope, no counter. No worries. Let's see if mine counters. Nope. Logi, you're gonna stay there. And hold on, I forgot to turn on voices. Let's turn on voices. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, she hits pretty hard as a samurai. They're just kind of showing you guys a little bit of Suzuka action here. Let's see what other abilities we can use. Let's use... Okay, we can't use Steel Cutting Flash yet. Okay, the Mercenary Suzuka likely has Ninja Step because of her range of movement. Nice. Okay, let's use Steel Cutting Flash on this lone archer right here. Alright. Alright, so that's a little bit of Suzuka in action there. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video of a character spotlight for Suzuka. If you guys pulled her, great. Just keep in mind, she does need all the way up to job level 3 to be at her optimum performance. But if you get her to job level 2, she's still going to be great. Out of the box, she's decent. I just want to be honest with you guys about how I feel about the character. You know, I don't want to say, like, you know, out of the box, they're amazing, like Shayna was, because Shayna was probably one of the best out of the box. But Suzuka has a ton of potential. She is definitely up there. It's just she needs a little bit more investment compared to other characters around the same tier as she is. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new for future Alchemist Code content. Once again, I am the Broadway Saiyan. My name is 40. Stay tuned for the next video, and mahal, everyone.